Alright guys, here's a little video walkthrough on our latitude and longitude quiz. First thing to note is this is our equator. Everything above the equator will be north, everything below will be south. Here's our prime meridian. Everything to the right of the prime meridian will be east, everything to the left will be west. You were asked to tell me the latitude and longitude for points A through F. I'll hit those really quickly. Here's point A over here around Chicago. The answer is 45 degrees north and 90 degrees west. How did I get 45 degrees north and 90 degrees west? 90 degrees west is the easy part for the longitude, so I'll show that first. Notice it's right on a line, so I just followed it. And now the 45 north. Well, here's 30 north and here's 60 north. And this is right in between. So I guesstimated to be about 45 degrees north. So our answer becomes 45 degrees north, and that's approximate, and 90 degrees west. And that is not approximate because it's right on a line. All right, next we'll go ahead and do letter B. Letter B was a little tricky, but not too bad. Notice that letter B is right here on that 90 degrees north line, so the latitude becomes 90 degrees north. And notice that it's right on the prime meridian. So the longitude on the prime meridian is 0. So our latitude becomes 90 degrees north and the longitude is simply 0. If you put east or west for the 0, that's okay. It's really technically not east or west, but I wouldn't have marked it wrong. But if you put north or south for that longitude, I would have marked it wrong because longitude is only for north and south. All right, taking a look at letter C. We wind up here in South America. We have to guesstimate both of them. Notice that letter C is right here for latitude and about right down there for longitude. So what do we have? Latitude is about 15 degrees south and longitude is about 45 degrees west. Answer? Let's take a look at point D. Point D is another guesstimation for latitude. It's right in between that 30 and 60. The longitude is right on the line, so that becomes a little bit easier. The latitude would be 45 degrees north, approximately, and the longitude would be 90 degrees east. No guesswork. Here's your answer. Let's take a look at point E. Point E does have some guesswork or some approximation. Latitude is right there and longitude's right here. Best guesstimation, the latitude is going to be about 75 degrees south and the longitude will be about 105 degrees east. Right in between that 90 and 120. Answers? Last one is F. F again is an approximation. Here's our latitude. Longitude's right down here in the middle. Latitude would be about 45 degrees south, and the longitude's going to be about 165 degrees east, right in between that 150 and 180 mark. Answers? All right, number 2 asks us to fill in the equator and the prime meridian on the map above. We've already done it, but we'll go ahead and tackle it again. On the map, here's our equator, and here's our prime meridian. Number 3 says, what's the highest possible latitude? Any place on Earth, the highest possible latitude is going to be 90 degrees. Highest possible longitude is 180 degrees. What do we call that 180 degree line? That is the international date line, or the IDL. And what city and country does the prime meridian run through? That's going to be Greenwich, England. There's your video walkthrough on the quiz we had for latitude and longitude. If you have any questions about it, please see me in class or shoot me an email.